Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started.
And we are underway from Commander's Field. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Commanders making their way out. Leading them out, their young quarterback, the rookie from LSU.
Tell you what, partner, he might just be a rookie, but he certainly looks the part of a veteran NFL starter, and he carries himself like one leading the offense out there. In a lot of ways, he is advanced as a first-year quarterback, and he came in and was right at home with this offense.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
What a start here to the ball game. You get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Play action. Now it's Daniels.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Azeez Ojulari.
Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. To the air goes Daniels.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Back deep, Avery Williams.
And this will be taken at the 13. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over.
They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
You want to talk about a driven player, partner. This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. Down the left sideline. Jahan Dotson.
And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 76 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
1st and goal at the 1.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley punching it in from a yard away.
And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. One play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Oh, able to avoid him. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities. They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
Now Daniels.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Off the play fake, Daniels.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This is 2nd and 8.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
Back to throw here.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Daniels looking to throw.
That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Open man is Noah Brown.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Brought down at the 20. From the 20, here's 2nd down and 8. Here's Daniels.
That's complete to McCaffrey. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
In motion right, Debo. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
To throw is Daniels. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And Gay knocks this one through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And out now come the Eagles.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
16 more on that one and another first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up second down.
Throwing is Hurts.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right.
Hurts fumbles it.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Toward the sideline, intercepted.
Picked off by Will Harris. There he goes, left side.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. But you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get into the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. They go play action with Hurts. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Hurts. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line.
The Washington offense set to take over.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
First play of the drive, excellent run, just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another 1st down.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Daniels.
And his throw is incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 27. They begin with a run by Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. This short throw caught by Goddard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 26.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Flush to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. He'll look to throw. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's 2nd and 10.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge. No place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jahan Dotson
from 13 yards out.
And the Eagles are able to move back in front. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Commanders' offense set to take over. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8. Play action, now it's Daniels. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
And this offense on 3rd down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. On the return is Williams. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Complete. Smith has it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Barkley, inside handoff. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Here's 3rd and 3.
They'll set up to throw.
That is caught, and he is going to have an Eagles first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. A first down carry for Barkley.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's caught. Smith. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Back to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll run with Barkley, and he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
He'll drop to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. They'll look to throw.
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown.
8 yards on the touchdown pass as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver And that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Commanders preparing for their next possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. To throw is Daniels. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's Daniels. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Well, the Eagles offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Now a 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
Here's Braden Mann now
as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Now Daniels.
Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. A final shot before break. Daniels, middle of the field. He's got McLaurin. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Here, it was the always dangerous Saquon Barkley with the impressive first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Throwing is Hurts.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Still 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the third.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line.
And the Washington offense going back to work.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass going to turn into a loss. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Daniels looking to throw.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Azeez Ojulari pushing in and dropping him.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Throwing now is Daniels.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point of the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here's Tressway now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
Over the middle to Smith. And they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Washington offense set to take over again.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
2nd and 10. To the air goes Daniels.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll give him 8 that time. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
They'll motion McLaurin left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a pickup of 6.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You could tell he was searching for a hole, trying to find a running lane. There just was none to be found.
Yeah, that's because the big guys in the middle are just clogging everything up. Might want to think about stretching the line splits out a little bit. Make those guys cover a little bit more ground. Maybe you'll find some more room for your runners.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
So the penalty certainly helps him out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Robinson with another carry. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 13 yards there on a Washington 1st.
Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. They go play action. Daniels. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
In most pass defenses, the guy playing safety has the ability to roam free and try and go to the football. But when you're in man, you've got to cover just like a guy playing out on the corner. Lock up on the receiver and go to the football. That's exactly what he did, batting that one away.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll let Robinson try and run. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley.
And that to the 30. It'll be 2nd down.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. That's complete to Shipley.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line.
The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at Commanders Field.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
93 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Big strides, look at him go.
And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31.
Hand off now to Robinson.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Deebo Samuel,
30 yards.
And the Commanders have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the fourth quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the fourth quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. That time a 6-play drive.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And the pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hurts.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Barkley. To the 43, 2nd down. From the 43, here's a 2nd and 7. Hurts going to keep it running right.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Quick slant, Dotson.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 5.
He'll look to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
They'll go to Barkley again. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. And I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on them to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Second down and 8.
Looking to throw. Daniels on the screen. This is Eckler. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
10 yards there. Good for a Washington first down.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Robinson on a give right side. And he'll take this down to the 33.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
13 yards there and a Washington first.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Brian Robinson Jr.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Commanders are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. This is 1st and 10.
Back to throw.
Pass complete, Goddard.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
Back to throw.
Trying to find Barkley on the out route, and he's got him. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understanding where they are on the field?
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
He'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
He's back to throw. His throw incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here comes 2nd down.
They'll look to throw.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. Throwing is Hurts.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion.
Hurts will throw.
Steps away. And he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good. And we may be on our way to overtime. Everything was riding on that 2-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
So now after the clutch field goal, he's back out there to boot it away in what's now a tie ball game. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Commanders' offense and running back Brian Robinson getting set for this next drive. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Here's 1st and 10.
They begin the drive with Robinson.
And he'll have a first down to the 45, but the tackle comes inbounds.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Daniels.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts.
That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
So it all rests now on the right foot of the kicker, Matt Gay.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from long, very long range. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25.
Here's 1st down.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles. And that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Commanders pick up the victory as we say so long from our nation's capital.